Alright guys, I'm going to do a video on my setup to start out with reloading. I'm basically just doing it for anybody that's on the fence about reloading, thinking it's expensive to start off with. It don't have to be. You can make it expensive if you want, but I'd recommend for the new reloader to, start off small, work your way up. I think it's more rewarding to do it that way anyways. But that's basically what I just started off the cheapest I could, and yeah, bought better things as I went along. So to start off with, and everything I'm going to show you is basically, in my opinion, a necessity. You got to have it. Most of the things I'm going to show you, uh, here on the table. So I started out with the Lee hand press. Um, this kit came with obviously the press. Came with the press. Um, Also comes with the funnel. And it comes with a priming system. I don't have that right here to show you, but it's basically right here on the box. It's this little plunger thing that has a different head for it for a large and small rifle primer, or large and small primer. And this goes on top of the press. So basically how that works is this thing goes on top. The little ram thing goes on the piston, and you're just priming. Your case goes up here, and you're priming through the bottom. Works great. I still use it. I do have other ways to prime, but I still prime on the press now. I don't have a hand primer. I kind of like priming on the press. So this kit works great. So this kit, when I bought it, was like $39.99. I think it's like, this is the cast iron one. They make a plastic one now, but I would recommend going with the cast iron. It's a little more rigid. But this press right here will get you case lube, a way to prime, funnel, and obviously your press. Now, next, a must is calipers. You got to have calipers. You got to know your seating depth. It's good to measure. You're going to want to keep notes on reloading, especially when you get into rifle calipers. You're going to want to measure the neck, the web of the case, behind the shoulder. You're going to want to take, your headspace measurement. You're going to want to measure a lot and write it down and keep notes. So a caliper is a must. Now, this is just an iGang Easy Cal. I've been reloading for 10 years, and I've had this, my only one. So it has lasted me 10 years. Works great. Still returns to zero. Got to replace the batteries like all of them. And really good kit. Returns to zero every time. Very good set of calibers. When these ones go, I will be buying the same set. They have worked really good for me. When I bought these, they were like $25. Don't know what they're going for now, but like I said, I'd be careful about going too cheap on calibers. I went with this. Little more expensive, but not the most expensive. You can get Meditoyos, that are a lot more expensive. But these work. These have worked great. So next, you're gonna need a scale. You've got to weigh your powder. Got to have a way to weigh your powder, and I have found that digital scales work very good. Some are better than others. This set I bought because of the reviews. It had tons of good reviews on Amazon and on Midway, I do believe. I checked their reviews, good on that as well. I bought them from Amazon, but uh, people had a lot of good things to say about it. And I've been using this for 10 years now, and I got, really nothing bad to say about it. It's like any other uh, digital scales. You can't trickle up from zero. Starting from zero, you can't trickle up. Most digital scales won't do that. And you can trickle on these, but it just takes a little bit to settle, to get to your number. So trickling is okay on this. There's probably better digital scales for that. But these ones work great. These ones have lasted and still get a I calibrate them pretty much every time. It's good to do that anyways with digital scales. But this Frankford Arsenal set work really good. I've had them, like I said, for 10 years, and this isn't the powder scale that came with it. I upgraded to Neo 8, which that was pretty cheap. This Frankford Arsenal scale, can't remember what the price was. I think it was around $15. And I don't know the price of all this stuff now. This Lee hand press I know is right around 70 now. But I would still say that what I'm showing you is still probably the cheapest way to get into reloading. Uh, Even though the price of this stuff has gone up, it's still probably most likely the cheapest way. And you can upgrade from here. So the Frankford Arsenal scale was around like $15. It came with your calibration weight and your scale. And it came with a silver powder, thingy. And yeah, so you got your press. You could with your priming system. So you get a way to prime. You got a way to load with your press. You got your funnel. Got a way to measure. Got a way to weigh your powder. Next, I would get you could probably make your own, but these are so cheap. Universal, case tray here. This is the MTM one. Fits basically all cartridges. I'm sure there's some bigger calibers that it don't fit, but I haven't run into one that it don't fit. So yeah, fits most calibers. Some are a little loose, but I yet again 10 years has worked really well. You can probably get away without this. This might be a thing you could not have, but they're so cheap. I'd pick one up. Next would be a set of dies. I almost didn't add this because you're gonna need a set of dies for it's kind. I kind of consider this like powder and primers and bullets, and you're gonna need one of these for every caliber anyways, but you're gonna need dies obviously. But for basic reloading, yeah, this is the kit. Next I started out with, you're gonna need a way to trim your brass. I started out with this Lee set. Each one of these are caliber specific. The kit comes with one kit comes with these, so you're gonna have to buy a kit with your caliber, per caliber. So one kit comes with these, and then you're gonna need to buy the separate kit that comes with the cutter, the lock stud. That's the 9mm one, but yeah, your cutter, your lock stud, and the kit that had this kit also comes with a chamfer deburring tool, a little mini handheld one, and a primer Actually, hold on a second. Right here. I don't have the chamfer and deburring tool it came with, but little primer pocket cleaning tool, large and small. It has the cutter. It has the lock stud. I don't think it comes with these. Like I said, these come per caliber. You're trimming. That's the only bad part with these is they all cut to a specific length, which is basically by the book, I do believe. Sammy, I've never quite fully compared that, but I think it's to the book. So yeah, kit comes with. It may come with one of these. I don't know, but comes with a lock stud, primer pocket cleaning tool, a little chamfer deburring tool, and the cutting tool. Now I quickly upgraded to this little ball thing. It just replaces this cutter. It's so much easier to grip and just works a lot better. And this does work really good. Now I would recommend upgrading to a different one eventually, so that way you can dial in your trimming, because this is going to trim it to a certain length every time, or a specific length every time, which is I do believe Sammy recommendation. And then the other thing I upgraded to was this chamfer and deburring tool. It's a little bit better. It's the Lyman one. I think it was like $15, which actually seems a little expensive for this, but comes with chamfer, deburr, large and small primer pocket cleaning tools. And one thing I really like with these is it also comes with a crimp remover for military brass and brass that have crimps, large and small. And it does take away the crimp pretty well. I like it. Works really well. And I think that's it. This is what I started out with. Most of this, like I said, in my opinion, is mandatory. You have to have it. Obviously, press, scale, weight to measure, and priming tool. And trimming. You got to have a way to trim as well. You may not need to trim the very first firing, but you'll eventually need to. Especially with rifles. Pistols, sometimes you can get away without trimming, but yeah. Either way, this is what I started out with. It was the cheapest at the time. Like I said, now you can everything has gone up, obviously, but I still think, like I said, it's still most likely the cheapest way to get into it. They do make a plastic one of these now that is cheaper, but like I said, I recommend getting cast iron. It's like $70 now, and this one does come with the Lee quick, quick detach for your dies. And that's about it. That's what I started with. I've been reloading for 10 years, and I'm still using most of this stuff. I've upgraded the press, and that's about it. I do have the automatic Hornady powder thrower now, but I still use these scales to check and to trickle on. So, yeah, I still use pretty much all of this. Don't use this cutter, I upgraded on that and the chamfer tool and stuff, but that's what you do to start off with. You just slowly upgrade. I think it's more satisfying for me. It was that way, just slowly upgrade, and so I got a different press now. I do have a different way to trim my brass, and I'm going to be putting soon on the channel the way I reload now. and I'll be putting that out here very shortly, uh, in the next few days or so. The only other thing I'd recommend is buying a loading manual. Lee, Hornady, whatever. Lee, a loading book. Always go by, you know, specific charge weights, that are in books. But the reason why I say only buy one book really is because most of the stuff you can get online now. A lot of it for free, but even if some of it ain't for free, you can you can buy the Hornady book now through your phone online, and you can buy per caliber. I think it's like $1.99 per caliber on Hornady, and that's what I have done. Like I only reload for 308 and 06 and 9mm and 6.5, so I bought in just those specific calibers. And Sierra, they sell their whole book on your phone. I think it's a yearly price. Don't remember exactly what it is. I think it's like 12, $15 a year. It's not much. And they have all their data. Uh, so yeah, I definitely would recommend getting one book though, whether it's Lyman or Lee or Hornady, because it's good to read it to begin with. I did. I bought the Lee to start out with, and it has a lot of great information in it. A lot of stuff, to tell you how to fix things as well if you mess up, or what to look for, what to look out for, and certain things. It's good to read them. Um, Other than that, I think that's about it. Um, just upgrade your stuff as you go, and that's basically what I've been doing. This whole setup. I mean, excluding dies, because like I said, dies you're gonna have to buy for every caliber, anyways. Like I said, I consider that basically like powder and primers and you know all that good stuff. But this whole kit, around $100, I do believe. It didn't cost me a whole lot. And I've been, like I said, 5 years. I reloaded 5 years like this before I really even started upgrading my stuff. I'm not a high volume reloader, anyways, so I'm only reloading 50, maybe up to 100, between 50 and 100 cartridges. And it's very doable, rifle or pistol on this. Fatigue is a you know concern with this. Um, any more than 100 cases, I'd probably say, you know, if you're a high volume reloader, anyways, you're not going to be buying this. This is just to start off with, and like I said, I reload 50 rifle pieces, no problem with this. And after you get a new press, this still is nice for priming, watching movies or what, just priming sitting down. That way, uh, priming while you're relaxing. This works really good for priming. And then also you can use it out at the shooting bench as well. And that's what I do now. I use it for uh, priming, and sometimes I'll seat my bullets long. And if I'm doing a seating depth test, I, I'll seat them long sometimes and get the final seating depth at the bench, and that works really good. So yeah, I'm going to be putting out a video about how I reload now, showing you my process now. Um, yeah, I've learned most of my reloading from YouTube. I'd say 90% of it from good old Johnny Reloading Bench. He's taught me a lot. Uh, yeah, he's taught me a lot of what I know about how to reload. And yeah, so just wanted to throw this out there. That way, if anybody's on the fence about, buying or getting into reloading, uh, just letting them know it don't cost a ton. You can get into it pretty cheap, and then just start moving up from there. So yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. I also have a couple new guns coming. Definitely be showing you that, putting that on the channel. And I'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button if you like any of this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.